I see Jahan as being a nurturer. He is kind and loving, and I think one of the attributes that he has that attracted me most was his willingness to help anybody, whether he knows them or not, at any given moment in time. And he's very quick about it.
زن مهربان، زنی که عشق می‌ورزه به زندگیش، زنی که به گذشته من عشق می‌ورزه. من همین دیروز بود رفتیم سر قبر پسرمون، ایشون اولین کسی هستن که دعا میکنن. گریه هم میگیره وقتی که میبینم چقدر محبت داره نسبت به بچه های من، نوای من.
I was born in Junction City, Fort Riley, Kansas, and when I was 6 years old, we moved to North Dakota, my mother and I, and my parents were divorced when I was 3, and so we went, at that time, we were in Chicago, and shortly after that we moved to North Dakota, a small town, and I lived in North Dakota for about 19 years.
من در ایران تو نیرهوایی بودم، از این نیرهوایی اومدم بیرون، بعد یه مدتی کار کردم تو ایران و بعد تصمیم گرفتم بیام آمریکا که درس بخونم، یعنی پودیاتریست، دکتر پا بشم. بعد به بچه‌ام آوردم، خانم آوردم تو آمریکا. خود مشکل بود درس خوندن، کار کردن و مخارج زندگی دادن و مخارج دانشگاهی خیلی سخت بود، این که نتونستم ادامه بدم.
This is my second marriage. My first marriage was to also biracial. He was from Egypt. He was Muslim, and he was 11 years older than me. And together we had a beautiful son.
خانم از من جدا شد. من مادر بچه‌ها هنوز بهشون احترام میذارم. واقعا خواسته خودش بود که بره و رفت و من تا یه مدتی بچه‌ها رو بزرگ کردم و بعدش بچه‌هام جفتشون مریض شدن. 2 تا پسر بودن. یکیش MS داشت، دومی هم چیز بود، لوکیمیا داشت که هر 2 تا در آگوست سال 2012 هر 2 تا به فاصله 19 روز فوت کردن.
I had met Jahan at our friend's home, and I did not know any of his situation, but wherever he was in the room, I always knew where he was because he had a light that I could see. But I didn't know his situation, and 4 years had passed, and one day we were at a meeting for our faith, and a friend came up to me and asked me if he could talk to me for a minute. And this friend was always quiet. I didn't hear from him, you know. So when he approached me, my first instinct was heads up, this is important. And he took me to the other room and asked me if I was ever interested in being married again and what have you. And I indicated yes, that I just hadn't found the right person. And so with that he introduced me to Jahan.
و این آشنایت طور شد که من شروع کردم چند تا جلسه با هم رفتن بیرون، با هم آشنا شدن و توی این آشنایت چون ما اختلاف سنیمون تقریبا زیاده، من اینو پیشنهاد دادم، گفتم بهش بدون من باید مطمئن بشم که این اختلاف سنی ما باعث ناراحتی زندگی ما نباشه. گفت نه، من با تو خواهم ازدواج کنم، نه با سنت.
I was attracted to him through his spirit and his light, and I think he's very, very gorgeous. So that intrigued, drew me to him as well. But I would say the spirit that he has within him, he's one of the most kindest, gentle men I've ever known.
از خدا خواستم که یک همدمی به من بده و این همدم این خانم عزیز من هست که یه هدیه بزرگی بود و یعنی من تنهایی نمیتونم زندگی کنم.
We had seen each other on that Saturday. We were at a gathering for our faith. And then the next day, we had our first date. And it was wonderful and unlike anything I had ever experienced before. All I remember is that, you know, it lasted for hours. It was not a, you know, short date. This was 4, 5, 6 hours. And just talked about anything and everything. It was effortless. And it was as if I had known him all my life. And I felt completely comfortable and at ease with him.
واقعا عشق و علاقهش خلوصانه است و یه زن واقعی که بتونه واقعا یه مرد رو نگهداری بکنه در وجود این زن هست. این بود که منو پایدار کرد، منو علاقمند کرد که من بتونم باش ازدواج کنم.
I believe, you know, we're all one planet, one people. The only differences would be, I don't know quite the Persian word for it, but when someone asks you for tea and you are to politely say, no, thank you, I'm fine, and they ask you several times and then you can finally say yes. That type of social protocol. Because I have a loving husband who walked me through that so that I would be enlightened and informed and make appropriate actions. It wasn't ever a problem.
یه زن واقعیه. با اینه که خصوصیات آمریکایی رو داره، با اینه که به احترام میذاره به اون کاستم من که ایرانی هستم، احترام میذاره به برنامه‌های ایرانیمون که ما داریم. البته خب منم به کاستمش احترام میذارم برای اینکه خب اینجا بزرگ شده با اون خصوصیاتی که توی فامیلاش بوده بهشون احترام میذارم.
The culture that my husband is in, it's all part of what makes him who he is. And because I love him so much, then, you know, there is no, it's just a part of who he is. And so I don't find it as anything that I have to work through or anything like that. It doesn't, it's not applicable in my life, let's put it that way.
ایشون چون در ابتدای بچگی از نظر دینی با ایرانی‌ها زیاد بوده و زیاد تغییراتی درش نمیبینم که باعث ناراحتی بشه، ولی اون چیزی رو که خب در خصوصات ذاتیشون هست، از بچگی بزرگ شدن، پدر مادرشون، پدر بزرگشون، مادر بزرگشون خصوصیات دارن. من تا به حال نگرانی و ناراحتی نداشتم از ازدواج با این شخص و بیشتر اگر اتفاقی میافتاد یا مثلا برنامه‌ای بود که خب میدونید ما ایرانی‌ها تحت تعصب و تأثیر خانوادگی بعضی چیزهای آمریکایی رو قبول نداریم، ولی با مشورت، با علاقه و عشق ما وقتی صحبت میکنیم همه چی حل شدنیه برام.
If we have a disagreement about something, we'll go back and forth with it, but not in yelling or there's no name calling or things that you would some couples do. It's more of this is how I'm seeing this situation, this is how he's seeing this situation, and getting each other's perspectives first, and then from there deciding what's the best course of action to take. Most of the time, in terms of anyone that I know, has never identified or pointed out to us, to me, oh, you know, your husband's from another country. I'm usually the first one that'll say, you know, if it's somebody that doesn't know my husband, I'll say my husband's Iranian. But for the most part, they just look at us and say, oh, what a cute couple you are.
هر دومون میدونید باهایی هستیم، هر دومون عقیدمون یکی هست و من مسلمان بودم، باهایی شدم و ایشون و بچگی باهایی به دنیا اومد، باهایی زاده است و مادرش هم باهایی. البته قبلا مادرش مسیحی بود و واقعا از نظر دینی ما هیچ نگرانی نداریم.
What I love most about the Iranian culture is their generosity. They embrace you without reservation. Everyone that I've ever met has been kind and loving and caring and is there for you in a heartbeat if you needed them. And that is what I have encountered with every person that I've ever met from that culture.
My younger son looks exactly like her son. I mean,
We can
if
show you
we
pictures. We have them
put
right
the
here.
picture together, you cannot recognize that was a gift from God. And he loves me as much as he loves his father, and I love him.
One of the things that was, I'm sorry, babe,
Go ahead,
are
honey.
you done?
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Was that we're in my family prior to my marriage with Jahan Jun was that if you speak to somebody, you just speak to that person only, and you don't always necessarily ask how is that other person doing. It's just the way it was. And so since I married Jahan Jun, and in changing, now that I know what a marriage is, I'm trying to teach my son at 29 years old how a successful marriage is. And so for me, just letting my son know that whenever you call, I'm going to put you on speakerphone so that we can share in this conversation. And fortunately, my son has been very receptive to that. And the more times he's come to California and spent time with us, he is, each time he's more and more in admiration for Jahan Jun.
یکی از مهمترین اثراتی که در گذشته تجربه دارم اونم صداقته، که اگه صداقت و اعتماد نباشه منو تحت تاثیر قرار میده. و راجع به این موضوع هم باهاش صحبت کردم. واقعا زن صادقیه، زن پاکیه.
Rather than identify something that he might do that would irritate me, if ever there's a time that I feel like he's doing something that is taxing my patience, I usually will find that my first reaction is to stop myself. I have learned in my marriage to Jahan is that nothing is worth getting upset over. For example, some people have a pet peeve. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that term, but if you know that if you do such and such, and if you always leave this here, and you know that it irritates him and it bothers him, so it's best to leave it here, because you have such love and respect and admiration for that person, you want to do everything in your power to make sure that you don't do something that you know will irritate. And if he unknowingly does something that stresses me out or would cause a reaction like that for myself, I just remember who he came from. You know, he was a gift from God to me.
من و ریمونا واقعا زندگی راحتی داریم. با اینی که اون آمریکایی من ایرانیم، خیلی بهش علاقمندم، عاشق این زن هستم و بارها شده گفتم اگر بتونه جونمو براش بذارم میذارم.
I just have such an appreciation for him and all that he is because, and I don't know if it's because I've waited 21 years and prayed for 21 years for this person. One of the things that he has done that makes him so special is that through him, I know what love is. I know what it is to love and how to show love. And he has made me a better human being because of his kindness, his patience, his tolerance, and all that he has within his soul. I'm a better person because of him.
Usually we watch movie.
You do research on the
yeah,
computer, though.
yeah.
Jahan loves research,
Yeah.
so he'll be on the computer
Yeah.
I'll be, we'll watch a movie together, but I'll watch TV or what have you.
I'm not a TV person.
He's not
She
TV.
is.
I am. I watch at least my one faithful show
Yeah,
once a
she-
week.
Yeah, I'm not a TV person.
So-
Unless we have video, some movie we want to watch. And then when she's watching her shows and stuff, sitting next to me, and I'm in the computer searching something or browsing stuff. Like
We're
that.
inseparable normally.
Yes.
I can't spend more than 3 hours away from him, except for when I'm at work. And
Yeah.
then if I'm away and it's not work, then it's like, okay, I gotta get back home. Treasure every moment that you have with your loved ones, because you never know how long you're going to be gifted with them. And I just think that if you realize that they are a gift and don't take them for granted, because it's the minute you stop nourishing a relationship and you take anything for granted, it's just like a flower. As soon as you stop watering it and giving it sun, and it will wither and die. And before you know it, the beauty that you once had will be dissolved.